Kyoryu Sentai! Zyuranger!
Hey guys, and welcome to yet another one of my Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger episode commentary and reviews. This time it's episode 29, A Mystery, the Attacking Beast Night God. Let's watch the episode. The episode begins with Barai in his timeless room hearing his brother's call, but he hesitates as he looks at the shrinking candle. As he tries to use the Zyuranger, it floats away and opens the door to a field. Meanwhile, Dora Franken is continuing to beat Daijujin as it breaks down into its individual beasts. But as the other rangers are kicked out, Tyrannosaurus carries Geki away. At the ruined ramen shop, the father cries over his destroyed store, but his son gets a travelling ramen cart and tells his dad they aren't finished yet. Tyrannosaurus races away with Geki until it throws him out into a field, where Barai finds him. As Geki tells Barai about the new clay, Barai makes to find out why they are in the field. But Geki asks why Barai doesn't stay with them, but Barai won't tell him, just tells him to come. On the moon, Pleplecorn is making an army of golems with the new clay. Back at the temple, the rangers are wondering what's happened to Geki and how they will defeat the new Dora monsters. In the field, Geki and Barai are addressed by the guardian beasts as a shrine appears before them, and they are told to open a path with their brotherly power and overcome the trial of King Brachon. On the moon, Bandora sends her improved golems to Earth, where the 4 rangers quickly arrive to fight them. But even the ranger guns aren't working, nor the ranger swords. May is able to strike one down, but it reforms as 2 golems. Goosh destroys another with a Mothbreaker, but the same happens. As the rangers are beaten back, Totopat and Buckback appear with a long white cylinder. Geki and Barai are walking through the woods as they find a swamp and atop a steep hill some columns with guardian beasts on them. They try to get to the top, but an earthquake makes boulders roll down the hill before King Brachon appears from the fog, firing energy blasts at the brothers and trying to bite them. Transforming, they try again to climb the hill but are blasted back. The other rangers are still struggling against the new golems as the pillar is being raised. Hearing their friend's plight, they decide to work together. Geki gives Barai his sword and tells him to use that and Zyuranger to distract King Brachon while he tries to reach the chest. Barai agrees and gives Geki his dragon shield to protect him from any attacks. As the brothers work together, both are hit by blasts. But with Barai attacking King Brachon, Geki finally reaches the top and finds the chest with the new weapons inside. As the other rangers are in desperate need, the golems are blasted by Geki and Barai with the Thunder Slingers, which they throw to the other rangers who quickly destroy the rest of the golems. Bandora uses her wand once again to make Dora Franken grow, and this time Daijujin is joined in the fight by Dragon Caesar. But even the pair are unable to stop Dora Franken. So the rangers form Goryujin, which fares little better. Barai calls to them to use the Thunder Slingers on their ranger guns, making Ranger Slingers. The shots weaken Dora Franken, and Goryujin uses Dragon Antler to put a hole in Dora Franken. But rather than explode, it sheds its skin and changes into Zombie Franken. as Bandora taunts the Rangers that even if they beat her monster, it will just get stronger. And as it disappears, the white column transforms into a giant pillar with writing on the back as the episode ends. Okay, so that is probably one of my favourite episodes. Not only do we get the introduction of King Brachon, who, you know, he comes in and he doesn't even act like an ally. It's like this guardian beast is coming in and he's shooting energy blasts at Brian Geki. He's like trying to eat them, for crying out loud. You know, it's... I mean, obviously, those of us who've seen it all before, be it Power Rangers or Zyuranger, I hardly doubt there's anyone that's coming in for a 30-year-old's TV show from Japan or America that doesn't know. You know, in fact, he's right there. You know, he's going to be part of the Ultrazord or Ultimate Daijujin at some point. So, yeah, we know what's going to happen with him, but at the moment, he's just sort of like big angry dinosaur robo. And I love it. Also, you know, it turns out this is why, or one of the reasons why Barai is here. You know, he's got to help Geki do this. The two brothers have to be able to find these thunder slingers. And the fact they attach to the back of the Ranger guns is pretty cool. Probably something that was released in Japan, but not outside, because I don't remember ever seeing them as toys. Sort of look like they should be catapults instead of attaching to the guns, but, you know. But, yeah, I loved it. But, you know, I always remember, like, when I watched it on Power Rangers as a kid, the whole Tommy Jason thing never really sat with me. You know, it's like, oh, you know, I'm not going to listen to you. Oh, we don't like each other. But then they go to it, it's like, oh, you're really good to me. I really like this. Oh, you know, we got to work together, man. Yeah. And at the end of it, it's like, oh, yeah, we're best mates now. Yeah, we can do everything. Oh, I mean, Power Rangers is good, but sometimes the cheese was just layered on extra thick, and we're not talking good quality cheese like a nice thick block of cheddar or even brie. We're talking just like, you know, layer upon layer upon layer of plastic fake American cheese. It doesn't always hit. And when you watch the Zyuranger bit and it's like, oh, my brother, like, you know, they're brothers, they're working together, they're doing everything well, there is no animosity between them. And yet, they somehow turn it into, oh, we don't get along. Never quite... Yeah, it never really hit, even when I was a kid. Even though I love the episode, because obviously, Titanus or King Brachon. But obviously, you've got Tyrannosaurus, literally, like... I mean, obviously, we start off with the fight continuing from the last episode. We've got... I think it's 4 episodes in a row that literally you could watch as a sort of a Zyuranger movie. Because it's literally, the last episode is straight into the start of the next episode, and that ends going straight into the start of the next one. And I think most of these episodes at the moment, they end on a fight, and they go into a fight, or they end on a, what's that thing? Like with this episode. And then it goes... Like, next episode, it's going to be, I wonder what that thing is. They're still there. They're trying to sort it out. So, you know, it's really good, these 4 episodes. I really think this could be like a sort of, if you edited it all together, it'd be like the mid-season Zyuranger movie. Which I really like. But yeah, you've got one of the few mistakes or errors made during filming in this episode, which is where Dora Franken picks Daijujin up above his head and spins him round, and you get the top-down shot, and you can actually see the back of the set and the bottom of the backdrop and all the rest of it. And It's only for a second or two. Most kids probably wouldn't have missed it, but I think a lot of kids did, and obviously, as we've gotten older, a lot of us have seen it on the rewatch, because it's one of those pictures that you always see. Like, haha, look at this bit. Which is a bit mean, but at the same time, you know, everyone loves a mistake. I mean, look at Red Dwarf. They released whole videos of smeg-ups. But we're not talking about Red Dwarf, we're talking about Zyuranger. So, Daijujin gets, like, broken apart. Like, the Guardian Beast is just like, we've had enough. And they split apart and disappear on just chucking the Ranger. It's set for Tyrannosaurus. It's like, right, we know how to fix this. Let's go. And just charges off with Geki for like an hour or something. Before just spitting him out next to his brother. And then they're like, hey, we got a mission for you guys. And I know you're dying, but we don't care. Pair of you, off you go. Go find the legendary weapons. It's being guarded by a big pissed off, like, brachiosaur. Have fun. And, yeah. But it's brilliant. And, like I said, I mean, compared to Power Rangers, like, oh, yes, Rangers. You must go and, like, work together. Be gung-ho. Work together and do this. Because you can't do it without the power of teamwork. I mean, seriously, Tommy should just know in his place at that point. You're the new guy. Jason's the leader. Get on with it. You're leader later on when you become White Ranger, but that's only because Red Ranger left because of pay disputes. For now, Jason is the leader. You do as you're told. But Tommy was too popular for that. So... And then he got to be leader for ages. He was leader from, like, halfway through season... From once became White Ranger, through season 3... and season 4 and half season 5, and he was basically like the Zordon slash Green Ranger of Dino Thunder. I stopped watching Power Rangers after Turbo when I was a kid. Just that little kid did it in for me. No, Justin, that's one. But yeah, and another reason why I love this one so much is that the first time you see anyone else wearing that golden shield. I mean, I've got the Funko Pops of like Daijujin and Ultimate Daijujin there. I want the Funko Pop of Red Ranger with the Dragon Shield. Because I think that's the best looking one. Green Ranger kind of looks wrong without the shield, probably because we're so used to it with the shield. But Red was leader. He should have had the shield. And he got to in this, and all of a sudden he could withstand, like, King Brachion's blasts. Which goes to show how much more power that shield somehow gave them. So, yeah, I really like that. And then, of course, you've got, like, them destroying the Super Party. And that's the other thing. Half the episode is the Rangers fighting invincible putties. But they make it work. They make it work. And of course, you've got the mystery of that white column that turns into the tower with the hooded snake head thing. All to be revealed in upcoming episodes. Like I say, this is like 4 bits in a row. But yeah, it's... I just love these episodes, like, all together here. So, obviously, next one is going to be episode 30. And after that, there's only 20 episodes left. So, like I said before, if you guys have any preferences of what series I might do next, doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I'll do whichever one I like, but, you know, I can be persuaded. If enough people go, oh, we want Gokaiger, or we want King Oja, or Zenkaiger, or Goseiga, or... I mean, I have not seen anything from... What is it? Nothing before Jetman yet. Although I do have 5-Man on DVD. But in the big, like, bulk things, I've almost finished Goseiga, which means I've seen everything from Goseiga to current. but I'm halfway through Hurricaneja, so I haven't actually seen anything from Abaranger to whichever one was before Goseiger. So there's that whole block there that I would actually be watching for the first time doing this. So instead of oh yes, I remember this, blah, 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 it could be oh, this is actually quite good. I never knew this, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, it's all down to how things go. But I've talked about this long enough now. I'm going to let you guys get on, and I'll see you next week. Bye.